What's up, guys? This is Winston from Parkway Drive. I'm going to be answering your fan questions. Hit me up. Question 1 from Eco1 Kenobi. Hello there. What are the milestones you still want to achieve? Oh, man. I only really have one milestone, and that is just to play to as many people as possible. That goes for like everyone in the band. It's a really simple one, but it's big for us because we always thought like every time we did something that it would be the biggest the band would ever be, and that you couldn't possibly have more people like enjoy your music. And now I really think that we could just, anyone that wants to come through those doors and anyone that wants to listen to us, there's something in Parkway Drive for them. So I just want to play as many shows to as many people. Easy. Mark Chadha. Oh, you legend. What do you think of the last Star Wars movie? How long do you have for me to rant about this? All right. I love Star Wars. I have a Darth Vader tattoo on my arm. And I think what was the entire point of this like last Star Wars trilogy? Like, why? Why even bother? I love The Mandalorian. I love Rogue One, and I love Solo, and I love all the original movies, and I think these new ones are just pointless. Pointless. Palpatine was worth more than dragging back as a zombie. All right. There you go. Nerd rant done. Martin Colm. Will there be a club tour in the future? Club tour of what size? I guess an arena doesn't class as a club, does it? I'm not going to say no. The good thing about being in this band is like we can just do whatever we want, and the future's a long time, but we always have plans of doing different things. We love every style of playing, be it festivals, arenas, clubs, backyards, anything like that. So keep an eye out. I'll just say keep an eye out. Vanillian Official. I hope that I pronounced that right. Put a space in your name next time because it's very hard to pronounce. Sorry. That's what happens when I'm saying Instagram handles. Do you have some tips for vocal warm-up? How often do you train your voice? Warming up, number one, is like the main thing. It took me a long time that warming your voice up does actually matter. I do about half an hour's warm-ups before every show. There's basic, I would recommend for anyone who likes actually or wants to scream or do any aggressive vocals, learning how to sing as well, because that works very well in warming your vocal cords up and stretching your throat and everything to do with that. And basically most singing coaches will give you a very good set of vocal warm-ups. No cold drinks, and learning how to actually project your voice and things like that are very, very important. But get some singing lessons like I did. 10 years down the track, I got singing lessons. It made all the difference. How often do I train my voice? I'm being a little bit lazy at the moment because we haven't got shows for a couple of months. But when it's... No, you know what? I'm kind of not. I'm not doing exercise at the moment, but I sing literally every day. Like just walking around the house singing, keeping it in tune. And when it is not off time, which is generally most of the time normally, I'm singing and practicing every day. I'm practicing every single day on tour. And that's the only way that you really keep in touch with your voice and you really can progress. So a fair bit. Tom_Klug. Hope I pronounced that right. Tom CLG. What are your actual top 5 music acts at the moment? Ooh. All right. My number 1 music act, and this will never change, is Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Favorite music act of all time. Like, rises above musical genius as far as I'm concerned. And if you don't like Nick Cave and you've never heard his music, never heard the Bad Seeds or never seen him play, do yourself a favor. Who else is there? Heavy music-wise, I love Code Orange, and I'm very, very excited for their new album. That will be absolutely fantastic. God, what else is there? Slipknot. It's really awesome to hear new Slipknot music and watch them come back and still be vital and incredible. Who else is there? Rammstein. I enjoyed Rammstein's new album. It's very, very good. And what's the last one? Oh, The Warriors. At the moment, it's a band called The Warriors. They're really good friends of ours. They just put out literally the best record they've ever made. It's called Monomyth, and it's fucking incredible. Do yourself a favor. If you like hardcore or metalcore or metal or anything, even alternative, go check it out because it's an expensive listen and it goes hard. So there you go. That's my top 5 at the moment. Alrighty. Keen Plan Murph. Imagine you would meet a younger Winston McCall. What advice would you give him? Buckle in. It's going to be a wild ride. That's the best advice I could give because I never predicted where this could go. And it's been absolutely amazing, but it's been completely heartbreaking at the same point in time. And you kind of can't brace for those things. And there's nothing I would change about being here. I'm very lucky to be here. And it's taken all of that to get here. But looking back, like, it hasn't been easy. And at the same point in time, the ride's been incredible. So get ready. Tomkey.krs. You're combining different styles on your latest record, Reverence. What are your influences? Everything. Basically, the influences that we have is anything that we feel can work with what we really love about Parkway and what the base of Parkway is, which is guitars, distortion, and aggression. Like, we are a heavy band. As much as we go into different realms, that's the core of what we do. And we find that there's other sounds that complement that to highlight those factors and to make the entire thing more interesting. Because for us, we listen to a hell of a lot of different music. And the more that it grows, the more we find it changes the impact of what the music is. So then everything influences it. And it doesn't have to just be sound as well. Like, the way that artwork makes you feel, the natural world, everything around us is an influence to the actual sound itself. Like, literally the reason that the last album sounded like had specific darker qualities to it was because the events that were going on and the lyrical content was all I could write about was darkness. So the album ended up sounding darker because we couldn't have the two like clashes. So yeah. Florian Rebman. A rat needs to drink how much whiskey to explode? Ooh. Is that real? Fuck, that's a pretty cool fact. I don't know. I thought this might be some kind of riddle. Does he have to like have a smoke after it to make it explode or something with fire? A fair bit? A fair bit of whiskey? Is that an answer? I'll go with a fair bit of whiskey. Roger Yuck. What is that? Yusk. Yep, can't pronounce your last name. Sorry, brother. Jusky. There are tons of brilliant Aussie bands at the moment. Which band is the most promising in your opinion, and why is it Polaris? You kind of answered the whole question there, didn't you? You took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, I think it's Polaris. Straight up. I think they're really, really good at what they do. I think they're a young band that has a very good understanding of their music, and I think their ability to grow and progress very, very quickly has been quite shocking. But at the same point in time, like, when you do that, you have to have the ability to harness those talents, and they're doing that. So I haven't heard their new record, and I'm very much counting that it's going to be really, really good. So yeah, boys, there you go. Oh, that's the last one. Okay. Big shout outs. If I pronounced your names wrong, I'm really sorry. I'm also kind of tired, but also some people have really bad Instagram handles.